Today, we're talking about love. We just had Valentine's Day, so I thought it'd be appropriate to spend a few weeks talking about love. And we're going to be looking at one specific chapter in the Bible, and this is a famous chapter, right? This gets used at so many weddings. Um, Whenever people want to talk about love, even in terms of just almost like poetry, people can quote this chapter. And the chapter is First Corinthians chapter 13. And the whole chapter is about love. And we're going to basically break the chapter down into three chunks. And each week we're going to look at a different chunk. And so this is the first week. Guess what chunk we're looking at? You guys are so gosh darn smart. We're looking at the first chunk. So let's look at it. So we're looking at First Corinthians chapter 13. We're going to be looking at verses 1 to 3. If I speak in the tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have faith that can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. So in this verse, right, he's giving us three examples of like spiritual gifts, of abilities that one might have, but he always follows it up by saying, if you can do these amazing things, but you don't love, it's kind of worthless. It's kind of worthless, right? And I think this is a very important message for us because so much of our culture is about achieving, right? What grades are you getting in school? What colleges are you trying to get into? What job are you trying to get? How much money are you going to make? How successful are you going to be, right? We get kind of like sucked into this track, and it's all about our achievements, our abilities, our natural gifts, whatever it is. But the author here is telling us that's great. You can have and do all those things. However, if you don't love, it's nothing. It's worthless. What's the point of all of it? If there's no love behind all of it, it's worthless. And he even gives examples of like unselfish things, right? He's like, if I sell all my stuff and just give it to the poor, but I don't love, who cares, right? And so this is truly teaching like, where is our heart in things, right? When we and this is super hard for me, okay, this is a struggle, but when we do good for other people, it is okay for people to respond and be like, wow, thank you so much, like I can't believe you did that for me, I really appreciate that, right? That's like a normal natural response. However, if that is the only reason we do good things to like get that affirmation back, is your heart really in the right place? Was it about love, or was it about you knowing how to get like attention and feel good from other people, right? So it's crazy. Like we could do good things, we could do selfish things, we could do all sorts of different amazing things. But the author's saying, if there is no love there, it's worthless. This whole kit and caboodle, the world, the universe, us, God, what's it all about? It's all about love. All of it, right? Everything we do, everything we are, it's always been and it always will be about love. And so, because everything hinges on love, and like without love, everything is kind of meaningless and worthless, it's important to know and truly define what love is. But, cliffhanger, because that's next week. The next chunk of the passage is like the really, really famous part. And it spends a lot of time talking about what love is, right? And that's so important for us to define, because that's another thing. Like, our culture is constantly telling us you need to achieve, you need to be successful. If you aren't, what are you doing with your life? But here the author is saying you need to love. And the other thing that our culture often does is twist the meaning of what love is, or what love looks like, or what love does. But we're going to look at what the author says that true love entails. So, I hope you all had a lovely Valentine's Day. I hope you all can feel and know how deeply loved you are. I'm always here to remind you of that if you need a reminder, but you are so loved for being who you are. And make sure that love is always behind what you're doing. So think about this week. When I'm going about my normal tasks, right? What are your normal things? You probably work on some homework, maybe like get in a car and go somewhere, maybe you are interacting with your family, whatever it is, the normal things. How can love be present in those actions? That's what I want y'all to think about. I hope you're well. And next week, we'll talk about what love is. So stay tuned.